So I'm going to read a little bit from Pageant, and then I'll read some newer poems. The New Realism. It starts when you enter a body of water named after a forgotten suburb, or when you tiptoe to the edge of an apartment, naked, carrying a single egg. When the new realism strikes, you might find yourself listening to soup evaporate like I did after every other pleasure failed me 1,000,000 times. Try to drape yourself in Edwardian post-punk glory. Look into the mirror. Erase the idea of what you thought of as a self. Andy Warhol's eyes are now your eyes. Wear them until they break. Wear them until they leak. Wear them until they are your only eyes. Then lose them. Finally, you will be as profound as an air conditioner. You will be the negative space between awkward teeth, the neon fluid missing from every television sex scene. This was a poem I wrote by answering questions in David Shapiro poems. Broken song with light bulb tail. I was the sleeper dreaming of sleep. My husband slept in a soft shoe, but only when the moon was red or the shoe blue. There was never any closure at the end of sleep, just more sleep. Everything was left undone. That wasn't a blue jay trapped in the picture of a tree. It was the word blue jay drifting around the runaway eye. The dragon was sleeping in the word, curled up like a kitten. Some nights we drifted in a raft over the ocean made of eyes. I loved all verbs equally, as a good mother should. In the house, I asked the walls to testify. One said yellow, another yes. Maybe I'll read another poem that would like answers, because Bertha is friends with my friend Sharon, and I wrote this. Sharon has this poem. Shoot, I forgot the title of it. I have it in the back. It's called "Facts for Survival." That's my poem, and her poem is "What Becomes Us," which is in her book, The Virgin Formica, which is one of my favorite books. And it's all questions. So I answered not all the questions, but I answered a lot of questions in her poem. It's called "Facts for Survival." I read somewhere that juicy fruit, that flat enigma of condensed nostalgia, tastes best in winter on the beach, when the ship's deck is cleared by animatronic flies. This is why no one believes in love anymore. We can still feel it in our toes, the emotion lifting the ceiling towards the giant swans, but the idea of love has vanished like a smell. We carry within us our lowly organs, or is it our lively, we carry within us our lowly origins, or is it our lively organs? Something or other is wriggling through our rib cage. There's nothing glamorous about muck, even if it's well lit as in film noir. But yes, I have seen people sitting on curbs planning temporary revolutions to coincide with Macy's yearly white sale. I've seen their jewel-like flames cracking apart and tried to steal the shards to get us high. Beauty and terror, terror and beauty. Those would be good names if I ever adopted a pair of puppy schnauzers. Truth is, I have, at some private moments, felt the power of the Shekinah lurking in an empty Aunt Jemima-shaped bottle. But being hungry always makes me too distracted to write anything profound. I'd rather just damn the pancakes and stuff my face with soy bacon. The noble purpose needed to achieve completion is, as you imagined, kaput. I'm sorry, I borrowed it when I ran out of baking powder and wanted the muffins to rise. I'm also sorry to hear you've become a grotesque mirror of your mom. But it's really not so bad, is it? At least your mother knew how to clean a coffee pot, which is more than I could say for your dad. On some gossip overheard at the Meritocracy Bar and Grill. I've heard the rich do not exist, that they vanished with the chimeras and the peanut butter oompas when the asteroid hit their numinous skeletal sky yacht. So now the rich are no more real than the non-rich who wait for the F train to take them to their jobs as pedicab drivers or adjunct assistant blindfolded archery professors at nomadic colleges. Still, even if the rich do not exist, they still exist in everyone's heart, like a precocious fifth grader's idea of God, malleable to any idealistic or corrupt imagination, a different connotation in every language, an untranslatable poem set to 1,000 different tunes, each urging us to join by singing, "The rich are a new brand of sneakers," "The rich are my favorite rock band," "The rich know how to throw a war." Those rich, always polishing their oil tanker Christmas ornaments, always blowing on each other's nose jobs, always transforming into scurrying nanobots, roving inside the organs of the rarest elephants, the test tubes of the future geniuses, the Nasdaq's bloodless veins, and then out, plopped out again. So they are still the rich, dropped into the muddy puddle they like to call the soul. Copyright 2006. Patent pending. So I'll read some newer poems. So these are from a book that's coming out probably in February or so. It's called The Year of Yellow Butterflies. There's like a long title poem, but I'm just going to read some shorter poems. And then I'll read some other things from a newer manuscript, which is, not finished. Trigger guard. Everyone I ever loved is standing on a platform with a gun. In the cartoon version, a flag pops with the word bang. In the soap opera version, my face turns the color of Merlot. In the haiku version, metal gleams in the narrow shadow. In the Republican version, 2 guns wrap themselves in a single flag. In the Lang Po version, idolatry yip-yaps paradigm the. In my diary version, I wonder why everyone hates me. In the indie film version, a gun flickers over a mumbled tune. In the Chekhov version, well, you already know. In the 10 o'clock news version, the crisis in violence is rising. In the action film version, a shot means profits are rolling. In the catalog version, the smoke's hue is a burnished moss. In the teen movie version, a nerdy gun removes her glasses. In the lucid dream version, I kiss a muzzle and it blossoms. In the music video version, a gun turns into a mouth.